What's up, everyone? Thank you for tuning back into At Home Dude. I appreciate you. I hope you're all safe and well out there. And today we're going to be talking about Bearizona. It was one of the things that I went and did for my birthday with the family. And real quick, I got to shout out first my wife. Thank you, my lovely wife, for pushing my limits and broadening my landscape because I wasn't really so open to it. I don't mess with bears like that. I went camping when I was young and I saw a bear tear into a car because there was food in there. So I don't really mess with that. I was good off of that. But she convinced me and got me to go. I was being stubborn and being difficult, but shout out to the wife because, yeah, she's a real one. Bearizona. So this is a place where they have a bunch of bears and you can drive through it. It's essentially a natural habitat. I don't know if you guys saw my other video of the natural area that we explored in Texas, where there are a lot of herbivore animals, elks and camel and zebra and different animals like that. That was really fun. You could feed out of your window. Well, at Bearizona, you cannot do that because these are animals that are much more dangerous. So they had bears there, they had wolves there, and they had many other animals that were very interesting to see. You cannot open your window or your door or anything when you're driving through. At the end, you can park your car and it's basically an outside zoo. So you can walk around in this area that has different animals like beavers and foxes and otters and different things like that that you can see after that. So this was a really cool place. We got an RV. I wasn't open to this, like I said before, just because it was kind of stressful on my part, because I had to figure everything out about it and drive it and all this stuff. And I never even really rode in an RV before. So this was all new to me and it was just a lot. All of the nasty sewage water. Don't get too close, it's real nasty. Grandma's gonna love this. But we did it and it ended up being really nice. We stayed at RV park or whatever and then went over to Bearizona. If you really want the quick and dirty, basically I absolutely loved it and I would go back. The bears are kind of not domesticated, but tamed, if you will. You'll see them similar to in like a zoo where you see animals pacing back and forth and you know, they see people all day. So nothing's really new for them. They're kind of more so just bored, but at least the bears, I believe they're all rescued here and whatnot. At least they had a lot of area to really kind of rummage around and they had their own little areas and stuff. So it was pretty cool to see. Some of them did get pretty close, but they really were just pacing back and forth and whatnot and not really minding the vehicles and stuff that were passing by. So in our RV, we were able to drive through this. So it is big enough to fit an RV. I think up to about 30 feet is what our RV was. Starting out, there were different kind of deer and whatnot. I think there were actually reindeer also. And then eventually we get to the wolves and the line moves a lot slower there because people are really watching them. The wolves come out to your car and will walk in front of your car sometimes. And one actually piqued my adrenaline when it walked right next to my door. So that was very interesting to me because you always wonder, or at least I always wonder, man, what is up with these wolves? Are they really just glorified dogs or are they really that big and strong? Well, they sure did seem really big and strong to me. It reminded me of Game of Thrones, obviously, and some of the other shows where you have wolves, but yeah, it was just very interesting to see. Yes, they look very dangerous. The one that walked right next to my door, he had like a wound on his back, so yeah, they're pretty real. And then they had the junior bears, which might get on your car, they said, but they didn't bother anyone when we were there. And then they have the big bears, and they also have goats and some other interesting animals. Also, they had the part where you can get out and walk around like I mentioned earlier, and it's basically just an outdoor zoo. When we went, they had everyone wearing masks, and otherwise it wasn't super crowded, so it wasn't too much of a big deal since you're outside. For the gift shop, they do limit how many people can go in at a time, and the gift shop was pretty cool. They have a lot of things in there, and it's a decent amount of space in there, so it's not a small gift shop, but you also have to wear your masks, obviously, in there. And lastly, they had the big cat in the back, and we went and checked it out, and I really liked it. I like cats of all kinds, whether it's lions, cheetah, jaguar. We spent quite a while here. I think we probably spent total about 3 hours. We really took our time. As you drive through the drive-through portion, which probably took about an hour for us, as you drive through, you can circle around in certain areas if you want to continue looking at those animals. So if you really like the junior bears, there's a spot where you can circle around and just kind of, once you come back into the flow of traffic, you just ease your way back in. But if you want to circle as many times as you want so you can keep looking at the same bears, then you can do that. The kids really loved it, especially in the RV. And then if I remember correctly, it was about 50 bucks for our car, or 60 bucks, something around that area. I'll throw up the prices here so you can check it out. So we drove obviously a ways to get here, and it really did turn out to be really cool. I love animals and I enjoyed myself at this place. And my kids also really loved it. They were really hyped up, much more than I thought they would be. So that turned out really cool.
There he is.
And that's my review. Basically, I love this place. So if you were in the area or passing through, Bearizona is a pretty cool place to go to, just to see animals that you don't usually see, and you get fairly close to them. Even walking around in the zoo-like area, whether it's a badger or an otter or a fox, there are plenty of animals that are very interesting to look at and watch and see. I remember actually also the bald eagle they had there was really cool. There was a crowd around the bald eagle, and a lot of them were pretty much saying they didn't realize they're so large. With the wingspan and everything, yeah, these eagles get extremely large. So yeah, it's always fun to go check these out. This is something you kind of can do depending on how much risk you're willing to take during COVID. And so this is interesting. So try to find something like this near you if you can. Like I said before, we went to Topsy's Ranch in Texas. I'll attach the video so you can check that one out too. All right, so if you like this video and want more, hit the like and subscribe and throw some comments down there. Have you ever been to a place like this? Do you love animals and want to check one out? Let me know in the comments down low and we can interact. All right, having a great one, you guys.
Bada bing, bada boom.